All right, this story takes place in 1995, so I'm going to have to get a little Johnny Cochran with you all, because that was the time of the OJ trial. Now, we can all agree, we all know what a refrigerator is, right? Oh, we don't? Wow. But we all agree that a refrigerator has a certain purpose, that it's used for something, correct?
Yeah.
We all agree. I'm sure there's one or two people here who are like, well, I cure all my meat and ferment all my vegetables. Yeah, I'm sure you're fun to talk to at parties. But speaking of parties, me and my friends, we all grew up in a very blue-collar area, not too far from the city of Philadelphia. And I was 17 years old, and I was going into my senior year, and my group of friends were, at this point, from 17, 18, and 19. So the guys who had just graduated high school, and our friends who were now, or just finished their freshman year of college, decided it'd be a great idea that we would rent a house down the shore in Avalon, New Jersey. Now this is before Avalon, New Jersey became like real money, you know, and they would let like degenerate scumbags from Delaware County in. So I need you to understand that, because we took this house, it was at 34th Street and I think Ocean Drive, and it was a nice, beautiful home. I'm telling you, it was operative, was a very nice house until they let us in. So the Memorial Day weekend, we were connected, it was a twin. We were there for 5 minutes and we had already cut a hole into the house next door because there was a bunch of very nice young ladies in there that we wanted to terrify with firecrackers. And we did. I was the tiniest, so I went in. And I didn't drink. In high school, I was a very good boy. My friends were a little rough around the edges, to say the least. And my nickname was Pony Boy. So I was the guy who was known for, like, all my friends would be getting in a fight, like, on the street corner, and I'd be holding all their jackets, jamming Jolly Ranchers into my Xena. Like, that was me. That was me in 1995. I was class vice president. I was the shining star. I was the crown jewel in the Burger King crown of my friends. So we rent this house, and we're having a summer that should never have happened at all. It was Roman debauchery, the likes of which, if you took the film PCU and Animal House, that would be 3 months of us in Avalon. It was terrible, but something strange occurred one night. I drove down with a group of friends. There was a gigantic party. We had a yellow carpet at the beginning of the summer, and that didn't last too long. Because when you pulled the couches out, it was just yellow and black. You're like, wow, that's gross. We've never vacuumed. So I'm sitting on the steps, and I was talking to this nice, beautiful young lady. I still remember her name. Her name was Melissa. And this party that was taking place, my brother and his best friend, this guy named Brian, they brought those gigantic Gatorade cooler. Well, I don't know what they are. The gigantic Gatorades, the ones they dump on athletes when they win. I don't know. I was picked last in gym class. So, like, they filled that up with jungle juice and Long Island iced teas. Mind you, everyone is 17 to 19. I don't know where this became a good idea. So, I'm sitting on the steps, I'm talking to this wonderful, beautiful lady. The TV's on, and the radio's on, and the party's still going. It's mid-party, it's like 1 in the morning. And my brother's friend, Brian, and I love Brian. And at 19, Brian always looked like an insurance salesman. Like, he had that, like, slicked over haircut, and he wore a lot of LL Bean. And you're like, yo, dude, like, are you ready for retirement already? Like, what's going on? So, and I'm telling you this because if I didn't see it, he gets up, he's passed out in the middle of this raging party. He walks over to the refrigerator. And we all know from earlier what a refrigerator is for. He walks over to the refrigerator and he opens the refrigerator. He bends down and he opens the crisper, okay? And then he unbuttons his pants and proceeds to urinate in the crisper in the middle of the whole party. And we're screaming, we're like, Brian, stop, stop, stop. And he just goes like this, looks over and goes, huh? And the whole party's gathered around. And we're watching him pee into a crisper and not miss. Not a drop goes anywhere. He finishes, he closes the crisper. Closes the door. Walks over to the sink opens the sink. Now, mind you, right above him were those 2 tubs of Jungle Juice and Long Island iced tea. So this floor is disgusting. He opens the sink like this. He takes out a sponge, a dish sponge, and puts it right on that, like, edge, you know? Yeah. And he proceeds to do this. And he lays down, and he puts his head on the sponge, like this, and he passes out for 8 hours. Now, here's the deal. I've told all you this guys tonight. And if somebody, and every time I tell this story, I always have to preface it with, you're never gonna believe this shit. Because when somebody ever says to you, you're never gonna believe this shit, it's almost always true. Thank you guys, have a great night.